Hey everybody, this is Amit, and I am answering some questions for Palantir Bite-Sized. Number one, what are the key takeaways you are looking for in the upcoming earnings, from government rebounding to top-line growth, or even more information on new partnerships? So Q2 earnings happened in August, and some of the growth that we saw was not that pleasant for a lot of Palantir shareholders, primarily because we were expecting upwards of 30% growth, and now it's looking like they're going to end the year of 2022 at 24% year-over-year growth. The thing I took away from that earnings in the context of growth was that things are moving slow, and it's not necessarily Palantir's fault. We're in a macroeconomic downturn. A lot of companies don't see their product as like a must-have, something like a CRM, a customer relationship management software like Salesforce, so they're not immediately going to buy into it. They have a very thick offering, which means for companies to buy it, there is a long sales process. It's not as simple as you buy it and you download it and install, and there you go. And the government, which is where we're supposed to see a lot of the upside given some of the things that have happened from a geopolitical perspective, simply has not been able to pay on time, because governments never pay on time, and it's very complicated. Like if you're in the middle of a war or negotiating something, you're not going to worry about paying your contractors, and you're the government, and you have guns and tanks, and you can like basically do whatever you want, so you can pay whenever you want. I believe in Q3 earnings that if the government stuff is starting to get situated, Palantir may be able to count that as revenue. Now, will they? If the government pays them, maybe. Will they not? Maybe, but at least they'll be able to inform us, hey, we have this deal value coming through. If what has happened in Russia and Ukraine has accelerated the growth of NATO countries, increasing their defense budgets, which we've seen with countries like Germany, and other countries that want Palantir as a front line just in case something were to happen, especially all the stuff that's going on with China and Taiwan, then I believe governmental growth should go up. The problem is if it's going to be shown in these quarters, and if it's not shown in these quarters, that's okay. I think it'll happen in other quarters, but we've got to see if it actually happens, and I don't know if it is going to happen. So from the governmental perspective, I believe the business is growing in the government, and I'm really happy with how the business is growing in the government. I just don't know if we're going to actually see the results of government growth anytime soon, because they just might not be able to count that revenue. In terms of the commercial, I mean, they're growing triple digits year over year. Like, they're growing pretty rapidly. It's not Snowflake's 4,000 customers. You know, they're at around 300. If they are able to figure out how to modularize the product and have a better sales force and have a better go-to-market strategy, they're going to be able to grow much more faster. I don't expect that to be fixed this year in 2022, to be honest, especially the way Alex Karp has been talking about sales and product. It seems like they're really focused on just being them and figuring out their product, and they're trying to figure out sales, but I don't think they figured out this year. I think hopefully by 2023, it's much more easier for them to figure out. And, you know, the macro economy hopefully isn't that bad by 2023, so it's easier to sell. But those are my thoughts on growth, and hopefully we see some good numbers in earnings, but my expectations are not super high.